This is Uwe Larsson, which, to figure out, I had to dig into IMDb. Figuring all this out took a while, but it was worth it, because this scene in Alfonso Cuarón's 2018 Best Picture winner, Roma, fascinated me. Let's go back a bit. I was assigned this movie to cover for university, and I'm glad both of Cuarón's movies were back-to-back, because there's a few comparisons I have between this movie and last week's Children of Men, but for now, let's talk about Uwe Larsson. Cleo and the whole family are celebrating New Year's together with some friends. We really are first properly introduced to Uwe when he bursts into the party to chase children around dressed as that's a Krampus, right? Like, that's definitely a Krampus. Horns, furry, scary, staff, very clearly Norwegian. Krampus. Which, dude, you're wearing kindling. Get out of here. Thank you. He stands here and sings like the musicians on the Titanic during this fire. This song is a Norwegian folk song called, well, in English it's called Childhood Memory from Nordland. Allow me to recite it for you. Oh, I know of a land far away in the north, with a shimmering strand between high mountains and fjords. There I long to be a guest, there my heart is fastened with the finest bands. And then the refrain goes, oh, I remember so well this land. And I so often long to see this land, and it drags me so merrily when I am far away. But in the awakened spring, my yearning becomes so aching, so that I almost weep, and almost weep I can. And then the refrain is continued, oh, I remember so well this land. This song is this minor character mourning the land that would be lost in this seemingly random fire. But if we're being honest, it was probably caused by the, everyone smoking in the dry grass. This land likely reminded him of Norway. It's in black and white, but I think we can trust that this area is lush and green like Norway, except for the parts that are now charred. In the scene immediately following the fire, our main character Cleo says this.
¿Sabes? Se parece a mi pueblo. Claro, allá está seco. Allá se parece. Y así igual hacen los animales. Y así suena. Y así huele.
Uwe remains stoic during a disaster in the one major instance in the film where a secondary character is calm during some disastrous event. And it is used powerfully to connect to Cleo's homesickness, which she remains strong through, because Cleo, she is the calm among the storm. Roma is not a conventional narrative. There's no real story arc of any sort. There are a couple small character arcs, but the story told on screen is told to us so that we can look at ourselves and ponder how we might experience such situations. The film really is a storm. Even Cuarón admits that he very much let the film become what it needed to be, organically. Not to say that things were unplanned. He literally meticulously rebuilt all of the sets to be identical to his childhood memories. Even the extras look like his childhood neighbors as he remembers them. But he uses a lot of people who aren't actors, and he allowed scenes to unfold naturally, with movements that may be unplanned. The experienced actors on set have said that this felt chaotic to them, but it lends a natural quality to each scene. At the center of the story is Cleo, who has had a lot of things thrown at her, but through each and every one, she remains strong and calm. Weird naked guy doing martial arts. Super chill. Tells the boyfriend she's pregnant. Boyfriend disappears. I'm just gonna go to the corner store for some cigarettes, honey. Totally chill. Earthquake. No big deal. Hey, get away from the windows! God! Confronting boyfriend who went MIA. Peachy Keen. Only the master martial artist can do this. Oh, but also Cleo can, because she's a badass. Your fascist government is violently breaking up protests. Sure. Your baby daddy's being used by the fascist government to attack protesters. Okay. Oh, cool. It's also time to go into labor. This is fine. Oh look, there's La Pieta symbolism again, just like in Children of Men.
Couldn't save La Pietà.
And of course, her baby is stillborn in possibly one of the most harrowing scenes I've seen in any film in quite a while. She even handles labor and a stillbirth with more composure than could be expected of anyone. Which, I have to mention, Quaron is the only filmmaker who does childbirth right, I swear. With him, it's not like, oh, congratulations, it's a 2-month-old infant, Mazel tov. Then, at the beach, 2 of the children she helps care for almost drown, and she handles that like a champ. But now, with her chosen family around her, she breaks down, and admits to a very difficult feeling, I'm sure. She didn't want the baby, and she likely was relieved that she didn't have to make the decision to abort it, or put it up for adoption, or care for it while wholly unprepared. Fate did it for her. But having a stillbirth is still a traumatic event, and conflicting emotions don't make that easier. What does make it easier is having the people you love there to support you. Cleo's character arc is built upon the chaotic storm that is regular life. The crowds bustling, the annoying marching band in the street, children being children, and all the chaotic events that pop up with time. Through all of these, Cleo is calm. And Roma asks, how would you handle any one of these? This scene, even though it followed the heartbreaking stillbirth, was especially harrowing for me. When I was young, I nearly drowned several times. I did swimming lessons, but it just never really took hold. I have no idea why. I have one memory from going to Disneyland when I was 8. We stayed at the Disney Hotel, I think it was Disney, and I was in the pool, and I guess I had a bit too much confidence and I started panicking, and I wasn't able to stay afloat. My dad was talking to another dad at the poolside, and they both pulled me out. That's what I think of when I think of Disneyland. Crappy, right? If I were in this situation, yeah, I'd probably go after them, but I'd probably drown trying to save them, so no swimming in the ocean for me. But what I will accept is having my loved ones around to support each other.
Cleo nos salvó. Gracias. Gracias. ¿Estás bien? Gracias. Yo no la quería. No la quería. ¿Están bien?